Like clockwork, the Fed, what are they doing? Well, does anybody know? Exactly. Let us wait and see what happens. But it seems like XRP is going for the Ethereum kill, guys. This isn't a drill. There's so much happening, not only today, but tomorrow as well. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are having amazing. XRP is around $2.12, ranging. I needed to range. I needed to range for a little bit of time before it dumps, guys, because I am trying to buy in, and then hopefully a pump occurs. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Tomorrow, today is a crazy day to begin with, because of the Fed and all that stuff, guys. But tomorrow it gets even crazier. Why is that the case? Listen to this. Now, guys, we're from part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Tomorrow is 5/8/2025, the least sneaky 589 in history. Just saying, right? It literally is, guys, because it's in plain sight. Tomorrow's 589, right? Basically. Now, talking about tomorrow, breaking, President Trump just announced he signed a proclamation declaring tomorrow, May 8th, as Victory Day. And watch and see, and perhaps let's see if this ties into XRP somehow, some way. Because remember, tomorrow is 589 and tomorrow is Victory Day. Interesting.
Before we begin, I'm pleased to announce that I've just signed a proclamation officially designating tomorrow, May 8th, as a Victory Day for World War II, commemorating the 80th anniversary of America's victory in the Second World War.
So this is about an external event that took place in the past, guys, but
all over the globe, our World War II allies are celebrating this week, but the United States has never joined in with the proper celebration of our own, and the victory was mostly accomplished because before we begin,
that's crazy. How tomorrow is a 589 day, and tomorrow he signed a proclamation declaring May 8th as Victory Day. But when we're talking about tomorrow's date, it comes out to XRP, literally, right? When you type in XRP in Gematria, guys, the value is what? XRP equal 58, which is 5/8, which is tomorrow's date. X equal 24, R equal 18, and P equal 16. If we add it all together, it comes out to 58, which is 13. Okay? Now, tomorrow's 589. Donald Trump as well equals 589. What are the chances of all this? I don't know. Not only does it connect to Victory Day, but XRP and Donald Trump all together. Trump is talking about an announcement in the next few days, earth-shattering. Ripple loves Thursdays as well. Tomorrow's a Thursday. Donald Trump's just stated that a big announcement coming soon. What could that be? Something earth-shattering. Now, you thought tomorrow, that's it, guys? No. This is diabolical. Tomorrow, the SEC will announce the end of the Ripple case. Possibly, I don't know. But we got an SEC meetings and other events. Closed meeting, May 8th, 2025, 12:30 p.m. ET. Sunshine Act notice. We have seen a lot of these meetings, private meetings taking place. But remember, not only tomorrow is Victory Day, 13, XRP, Donald Trump with the connection to 589, but we got an SEC closed meeting, okay? And not to mention, when is it taking place? On 123. So, oh my gosh, guys. This is just crazy, which is 33. So tomorrow is not only 13, but 33. Guys, tomorrow is the most craziest day of ever. Now, when you take this meeting, guys, when this meeting is held, it's going to be the first meeting since the Larson Poll private closed door meeting. Okay? Coincidence that Bragg House came out with a statement on Monday night after being so quiet. Right. I hope something happens, guys. And hopefully it has to do something with XRP. But let's just wait and see. Right. Because remember, they do certain things, rituals do take place on certain dates and times. But speaking about today, XRP is really going for the kill. Coinbase revealed internal SEC communication regarding XRP. Also, a request from New York officials urging Ethereum is a security. This is not a drill, guys. Coinbase reveals internal SEC conversations about XRP and an ask from New York to support Ethereum security claim. What is this, guys? So, newly released documents reveal that an SEC Securities and Exchange Commission internally discussed whether XRP could be classified as a security, and that the agency was asked by the New York Attorney General's office to file a brief in support of their argument that Ethereum is a security. Coinbase unleashed over a wow, wait, Coinbase, huh? Remember, the circle closing. So Coinbase unleashed over 10,000 documents stemming from Freedom of Information Act requests to multiple agencies, including the SEC, on Wednesday morning. In one email from June 2023, New York State's Office of the Attorney General Investor Protection asked if the SEC to file an amicus brief in support of the argument that Ether is a security. The New York Attorney General's office sued KuCoin in March 2023 for violating the state's laws around the trading of securities and commodities, and notably named Ether as an unregistered security. Quote, "We would like to request the SEC file an amicus in support of the argument that Ether is a security. Whether it is or not will not be dispositive in our case, but I think it would be beneficial to investor protection to get a court to hold that Ether is a security." This is insanity. Conversely, it wouldn't be great for the court to decline to find it's a security, end quote. Wow. So, the question of whether Ether is a security came up under former SEC Chair Gary Gensler's leadership. This is what I'm saying, guys. I don't know about these other coins, if they're safe or not. The only coin that I know is safe is XRP. Is that clear? First horse in the gate, first out of the gate, but it's all legitimate. Consensus sued the agency last year, and said the agency's enforcement director allegedly approved the investigation into Ethereum 2.0 to examine people and entities buying and selling Ether. That later was dropped. Gensler has skirted the question of whether Ether is a security. However, he has noted that many cryptocurrencies are and would fall under his agency's jurisdiction. Now that we have new leadership, the SEC has taken a friendlier stance towards crypto, in part through dropping previous charges against big firms, including Coinbase. The SEC also emailed internally about whether XRP had the characteristics of security in 2021, according to the FOIA documents released on Wednesday. Quote, "Could we ask him to opine on what risks to the XRP blockchain would or might materialize if Ripple walked away or disappeared?" End quote, according to one email. So, this is interesting, guys. Right. Is Ether security? Is the question. Wow. Ether, they really want to kill Ether, guys, I feel like, right? But in the collapse, it probably will go away. Remember, all these coins that you're seeing right here are all built on the Ethereum blockchain. So imagine if the king dies, yeah, everything else is going bye-bye. So it's time to lock in, guys. Right, back to May 8th. We got Mr. Pool profile update to locked. Okay, this happened like 2 years ago. Tomorrow's date. He locked his account. Why? Tomorrow is 589. Interesting that Bearable Guy 123 is pointing to 589 on this pool drop from 12.8 right here. Okay, 5.8 being the 128th day of 2025, which is 9. Wow, look at this, 128, and tomorrow is the 128th day of this year. Right, 589. That's that. Whoa, what? Crazy, huh? Seems like the dots are being connected as we speak. Dots comes out to 58 as well from Howard Moon, pointing towards tomorrow's date. So it's time to prepare, guys. It's time to be ready for anything connecting to XRP's price. Well, for Mr. Zoom, XRP every time volatility dropped and bands squeezed, an explosive move followed. Right, so here's the game plan, guys. Basically, this is the Bollinger Bands, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And previously, when XRP started to squeeze, even back here, to be honest, it dumped. Right, back here, squeeze, popped insanely hard. Squeeze, popped. Right, when you see it squeeze for a period of time, it starts to move in a volatile way. Right, and it's happening right now as well. What I really want them to do, right, so they can range it a little bit longer, is I want a small pop, right, and then a dump, right, and then a bigger pop, something like that, guys. And we'll see from then. But it seems like an explosive move is coming. I hope they range it for a little bit longer before the move appears. Total Capital is set to launch their XRP ETF plus others on May 21st. This is also a long 2x leverage. Odd. I knew it. Please let this be the case. That by the time they launch, they dump XRP, so we buy, and then they pump it, and this will mark a bottom, a significant bottom. Right? We'll see what happens. But on May 21st, their 2x long XRP daily target ETF goes live, supposedly. Amazing. We'll see. I feel like something is brewing, guys. Now, today's date for Mr. Pool Black. Right? Then, 5/7 China. Guess what's happening today? China's Xi Jinping arrives in Russia. Right? Look at that. Interesting. And we got the two different countries. Mr. Pool, right? P comes out to Pakistan, and I comes out to what? India, guys. Wow. Mr. Pool, right? Oh, in the middle. Time to break the loop. Interesting. And all at the same time, he's arriving in Russia for what's the purpose? Interesting. Then we got Riddlers confirmed. Indian government will ban non-sovereign cryptocurrency in the blink of an eye. Then what? Mumbai, Smile, the catalyst. Connecting to India, possibly? Right? A lot of things are happening right now, guys, but I feel like everyone's just distracted. Look at this. From Bearable Girl 123, Dia, right? India, guys. Now, this is the first such thing since the past. And it's odd how it happened yesterday, right? And tomorrow's Victory Day. Talking about WW2. Financial systems, digital infrastructure, and political control are now entering a new phase. Global liquidities are already tightening as fear drives people into the United States dollar, gold, and stablecoins. Traditional financial systems across South Asia may freeze or fragment. India will likely accelerate the rollout of its digital rupee and enforce strict surveillance of all transactions under the banner of national security. Now, Ripple's infrastructure already embedded in parts of India's financial system, and Bhutan's CBDC is likely to become a hidden but critical rail for emergency liquidity and cross-border stability, right? So again, in the end, guys, no matter what happens, just know I'm pretty sure we're in good hands, especially if you're invested into XRP, because XRP was specifically positioned for times like this. This isn't financial advice. Let us prepare. Things are getting very heated now. Not financial advice. But anyways, that's what Face Masons. See ya.